there is a really cool interview where it's like a round of all great drummers. Jim Keltner and everybody's there. I think even TJ Fontana is also there shortly before his passing. It's the coolest interview. Then I think Jim Keltner brought this question up to Charlie. Where did you get this hi-hat technique from? And he actually doesn't really remember, I think, where he got it from, but he remembers a clear reason why he does it, and the reason is really that you basically have more room for the backbeat to build up with when you play traditionally. And me in my youth, I always was like urged to explain myself, why the hell do you hold the left stick like that? But it's just, yeah, I never had a drum lesson. I just looked at Charlie Watts videos. So there's that. Yeah, it's maybe the best way to really build up this large and huge impact on the backbeat, which the later period of the bands, the more important I think that was. And so you wouldn't necessarily see him doing that in the early 70s, maybe sometimes, but not always. But later on, it was like a basic ingredient that stayed.
That's fantastic. And see, that's a detail that I don't think many people would have. I don't think Charlie may have necessarily would have ever explained it that way too. That I do it just to build up that backbeat.
Well, yeah, his typical first part of the answer was always, "Oh, I do that. I don't actually notice or something." It's just the most modest guy ever.
Yeah. He wouldn't be able to verbalize why he does it,
And I would like to add something on top of that. You mentioned some of these Rolling Stones cover bands and stuff where like the drummer is not really getting the point. They usually, what they do is they really like robotically imitate this. But what they don't see is that Charlie Watts always closes his hats on the backbeat with his left foot. And that's also something that's really part of the secret sauce. To be honest, I only learned it like 6 years ago or something. I had to really completely relearn all my left foot hi-hat technique, but it was so much worth it because it's really not complicated actually. He does it on the backbeat or sometimes he doubles it up. This was the left foot, and what you can do with all of that is fantastic. You can fill it up so much because you can even sometimes he even opens the hats slightly. It's not just that he pushes it down and then it stays. It's always a mixture of everything, but like the movement, the general movement is you can count basically on a hi-hat closing on the backbeat, and that's maybe also important to focus on because if you just don't do that, you get really only the snare hit on the backbeat, but no hi-hat sound at all. But with the closing motion of the hats, you still get like it's maybe not the from this really large tier like fat sticks. It's not the same as hitting on top, but it's still like it's there, and I think you can hear it. Subtlety. It's very clear where the taste of his musical experience comes from. It's all these great jazz records. I mean, yeah, we fans, we all know that. I mean, Charlie Watts, biggest Charlie Parker fan, obviously. I mean, all these guys who played with Charlie Parker, for example, Stan Levy, they all close the hi-hat on the backbeat. It's like a parallel you can draw between these two styles.